No. Y'all ready? Time it is. Let's go. Blazing takes. Yeah. I just gotta have my blazing takes. I know what this is. Blazing takes. If you get offended, so great. Y'all here because y'all want the real. And you know I'm gonna get that real. But enough with all that.
What's up, SimWorld? What it do, what it is, what it look like. This is Rick Blaze with another episode of Rick's Blazing Takes, coming to you live and direct, giving you the information, the 411 with the what's happening around the world, around the sports world, and also what's going on in SimWorld. So today's episode is brought to you by nobody. I need to get some sponsors. I just wanted to say that. I'm working on that. All right, but we're going to talk about Go Talk. So today we're talking about Go Talk. And we had a heated discussion a little bit on Discord, and we're going to get into Go Talk. We're going to talk about it from a SimWorld perspective. We're going to talk about it from the NBA perspective. Starting off a SimWorld perspective, we had in our first beta season for SimWorld, we had a lot of great players come through SimWorld. And everything I'm about to say now is purely speculation. It's purely projection because we don't know what these players are going to do on the college level and on the next level as well. But we can project, right? We can assume some things to be true, and we can project how some things may or may not play out. So we're talking about GOAT, greatest of all time, or let's just say some very good, one of the best. So let me think about some of the players in our first season that talks about. Let's just talk about who those players were, who we think have a chance to be GOATs in their own right, and on the next level, both college and for some of them the NBA level. A few people come to mind. My man, of course, Jamison Johnson, of course, everybody knows I was going to say that. I was going to save him for last, but why not? Why? Let's just get to it. Also, my man who led the league in points per game, obviously, for sure. No other than CKC. And the third person I'm going to mention is Johnny Baldwin. I think those three players from SimWorld has the greatest chance to become a GOAT in their own right. CKC, Johnny Baldwin, and Jamison Johnson. I think there are players who are very good in a multitude of areas on the basketball court. They can give it to you in more than one way. CKC predominantly is a scorer, but he plays the passing lane kind of like AI to get steals. But he's predominantly a scorer. He's like an AI type player. He's going to score, and put pressure on you the entire game. And then on the defensive side of the ball, he's going to play the passing lane to get a few steals. Johnny Baldwin is, my man E. Lava said it really good, kind of like a Larry Johnson if you're talking about throwback player. Someone who's, I'll say a Stoudemire type, if a more current name would be a Stoudemire type. Someone who's quicker than most power forwards and can get to the basket and just really put the hammer down. Kind of like a Giannis almost. Get to the basket and just put the hammer down on you. He's quicker than you, and then when he gets past you, he's going to go to the cup, right? He doesn't offer much on the jump shot side, so his ceiling can be capped some if he doesn't figure out the jump shot. But if he figures out a jump shot, his ceiling is forever. And then, of course, Jamison Johnson's a guy who does a little bit of everything. He can score, he can rebound, he blocks shots. He can even assist. I think he averaged in his season maybe like 4 assists a game, which is pretty good for a big fella. So those three guys, I think, are when we talk about SimWorld status GOATs, I think those are the guys. It'd be interesting to see, and we can talk about in the Discord the upcoming season, what guys you think that's coming in this season who you feel can be on that GOAT status at some point. Obviously, we're really projecting down the line because a lot can happen between now and then. On the NBA level, a lot of discussion was about King James, LeBron James. Let me say this first and foremost. I am not a King James or LeBron James stan. As a matter of fact, when he was with Cleveland, the series they did against Boston, I actually disliked LeBron James for a very long time. So you're talking about someone who was not a LeBron James fan. I didn't like the way things went down with the Cleveland-Boston series when he quit on his team in front of the whole world. So I was not a LeBron James fan for a long time. However, I don't have to be a fan to understand basketball, which is something I understand very well, something that I've played for a very long time. Not on as high level as these guys, but I've played it and I understand it for a very long time. I don't have to be a fan of yours to understand when you're very, 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 very good at something. There were some people saying that how he didn't reach some whatever potential, whatever. I don't know what potential he's supposed to have reached that you guys set for him, but he's crushed every potential, every stat that could have been crushed in the NBA. The only people that have more championships rings than him is Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan has Scottie Pippen. LeBron James has had Dwayne Wade, and he won with him. He's had Kyrie Irving, he's won with him. But for the most part, that's it. His other teams have been garbage without him on them. As a matter of fact, we can go down and look at the stats, and I'll put any kind of money on it. Besides that Miami Heat team, look at those scores the year before LeBron James came to the team. I double dog dare you to look at those teams besides the Miami team. Look at what they did the year before he came to the team. They were either lottery picks. They was all lottery teams. And then when he got to the team, that team didn't change much. The only difference was him. So you telling me a guy took a team that was in the lottery pick, from the lottery pick to the finals? If that's not GOAT talk, I don't know what GOAT talk is. Michael Jordan couldn't do that. Michael Jordan played with that same team in Chicago for 7 years before he finally reached the finals. 7 years he had to stick with the team for it. LeBron James is taking your team to the finals within the first or second season, guaranteed, besides this current Lakers team. And the sad part about it is he's the oldest on the team and he's the best player on the team, and it's not even close. So this GOAT talk, and he didn't be what he's supposed to have been. He plays with a bunch of bums, and he's still been winning all these years. He didn't have Phil Jackson as a coach, or no one even close to a Phil Jackson as his coach. He still finds a way to win every single time. Again, this LA team is a different scenario. He's 37 years old. He's leading the team in points. He's up there with rebounds and assists at 37 years old. Which one of your players who you're going to put above LeBron James can do what he did at 37-year-old? Michael Jordan couldn't. No other player could. And people like to throw, well, Bill Russell had something. Bill Russell played with players who were carpenters in the offseason. What are you talking about? You didn't even see Bill Russell play. You wasn't even alive. What are you talking about? Don't tell me nothing about Wilt Chamberlain. You was not alive. Don't tell me about that. What are you talking about? These guys was professional athletes by day and carpenters and plumbers by night. Look it up. They were not supreme athletes that trained year in, year out, off season, on season, lift weights, diet to be the best they could be. That's not what the NBA was back then. What NBA is now is these guys train, play AAU ball. They've been training since they were 8 years old. And LeBron James is still a top 15 player in the league today at 37 years old. Your favorite player could never be that at 37 years old. As a matter of fact, they was washed up or already retired before then. If that ain't to go, I don't to go there. Bad, I'm out.
Great. Y'all here because y'all want the real. And you know I'm gonna get that real. But enough of all that.